Let's invite Keri to speak to us this morning.
Good morning. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Yes? My name is Keri, and I'm Caitlin's mom. Hi, Caitlin. And I'm here to talk to you about being unique. So to start off, I want to play a game that you might already know, and it's called Would You Rather. And if you don't know it, I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to give you two options. And I want you to raise your hand to let me know what you pick. And hopefully, when you raise your hand, you look around, you'll see that the people around you will have different answers than you do. Okay? There'll be 5 questions. So would you rather play hide and go seek or dodgeball? Raise your hand for hide and go seek. Raise your hand for dodgeball. Whoa. Would you rather eat an ice cream or a cupcake? Ice cream? Cupcake. Would you rather be a wizard or a superhero? Wizard? Superhero. Would you rather take a coding class or an art class? A coding class or an art class? Ooh. And lastly, would you rather have a pet monkey or a snow leopard? Pet monkey or a snow leopard? Whoa. So hopefully you saw that your answers were different from the people around you. And we just did an exercise to show you how unique you are in terms of your personality and what makes you, you. Another way that you are unique is the way that you were born. There are certain parts of your body that were made just for you. An example of that is your tongue. The way that it's shaped and the bumps and ridges on it, there's no other tongue out there besides yours. Your tongue makes you unique. So turn to your neighbor and show how unique your tongue is. Okay. I lost control. Okay. Okay, we can show tongues later. Okay. So when I come to gather and I'm sitting in the audience, I can already tell how unique every one of you are. When you stand up here and give your gather reports, your uniqueness comes out, your voice and what you choose to talk about. Especially during the 5th grade talks, when we hear about kids who talk about flying planes or playing lacrosse or their love for Legos, those are things that I don't know how to do, and I really enjoy learning about them. In the last gather, Dr. Erickson talked about how we need to celebrate our uniqueness, right? The differences that we have from each other are really good because we learn from them. You should be proud of the things that make you, you, and you should value the things that make other people, them. So when Dr. Erickson asked me to come talk today, I thought to myself, what makes me unique? Well, as he mentioned, I used to come to PBS. I was a student here, and I joined in the 3rd grade. I remember the first day of school. Back then, the first day of school was a free dress day, and I was feeling very nervous to be the new kid in the class. School had started, and they decided to bring me in after all the students had settled in. And I remember walking into the door and seeing all the kids casually dressed in their t-shirts and their jeans and their shorts. And do you know what I was wearing on my first day of school? Dress. A dress. I was overdressed in a blue frilly party dress. And I remember walking in and the kids looking at me thinking, who just walked in the door? Right? And I was thinking, gosh, I feel so different just based off of what I was wearing. And have you ever felt so different that it made you nervous or shy? Mm-hmm. definitely what I was wearing was one of a kind in my blue dress. And the teacher came over and took my hand and walked me over to a table with three other children. And she gave me a compliment about my dress. And that was enough to boost my confidence and to remind myself that I should be proud that I was wearing my favorite piece of clothing. And you know what? By the end of the day, those three kids and I, we made a fashion club and we started designing dresses. So while what I wore on the first day wasn't what other kids were wearing, it was okay because it made me me. So what else makes me unique? What I do for a job. So when a kid is asked what you want to be when you grow up, you hear some common answers like a doctor, a pilot, an astronaut, a policeman. And for me, my answer was always a vet. But in my last year of college, I decided that I didn't want to be a vet anymore. So I started looking for a job, and I ended up taking a job as a biological quality assurance technician. What is that, you might ask? It's a pretty good question. I didn't really know myself when I took it. I just knew it was at a medical device company. And while today I'm not a biological quality assurance technician, I'm really thankful that I took that job because it was different and unique and it opened my eyes to an industry that I really enjoy, medical devices. Medical devices are instruments that help doctors treat a problem that someone has. And for me, I've worked on devices that have helped a heart function better, or help someone hear better, or help someone breathe better. It even helped moms feed their babies. And while what I do is definitely something that's not heard of, I really enjoy making things that help people's lives so that they can spend more time with their friends and family. What I do is different and unique, but it's okay because it makes me me. So, in the wise words of Winnie the Pooh, the things that make me different are the things that make me me. It takes a lot of courage to embrace your differences and be proud of them, but it's okay. You're unique in terms of your perspectives, your attitudes, your experiences, and that makes you you. And on the flip side, you should embrace and respect the differences of your peers and be kind to each other because collectively, everyone's uniqueness makes this community stronger and better. So, in conclusion, would you rather be same or unique? Thank you.